You know, London broil is one of my favorite childhood memories. My Nana used to make it with like a mushroom gravy, Hungarian style, from her little apartment in Yonkers, New York. And my mom would often marinate it with a bottle of French salad dressing. That's right, French salad dressing, and it really worked. It helped break down to get some moisture and flavor in there, and it crusted when you stuck it under the broiler. London broil, actually, the name says it all. It's made for broiling, but you do want to try to marinate it because it will make it be all the more flavorful. So today, we're going to add some simple ingredients, like a balance of balsamic vinegar and soy sauce, two of my favorite things together that I love, with some garlic and honey, and we'll marinate that anywhere from 6 hours to a full day, but you don't want to go much farther than that. Then we're going to go ahead and grill it, and we're going to make this great rustic veggie salsa to go on top, if you may, with cilantro and a little hint of pepper, and of course parsley buttered potatoes, because that just screams New England summers. Stay with me, we're broiling up some delicious London broil in just a few minutes. Okay, so you can see we have a lot of prep here. I have some fresh corn on the cob, not cooked, just cut off the cob. The mini peppers I cut into rings, some grape tomatoes, a little bit of jalapeno pepper. For me, not too much. I'm not a big spice girl there. And then we have cilantro, a little bit of Meyer lemon juice. All the components, right? And some red potatoes, because parsley buttered potatoes go so well with steak in the summer. So let's get started with the marinade. First, I'm going to show you London broil, okay? You're going to get about a 4 to 5 pound London broil. Be careful in the size, don't go over 5 pounds. Anywhere between 3 and 4 is your perfect size. And my favorite kitchen utensil is a Ziploc bag, because what we're going to do is we're going to take soy sauce, about equal parts, about a 1/4 cup of soy sauce, and you can certainly use the gluten-free, which makes it easier, and balsamic vinegar. And use a good quality balsamic vinegar. You know, balsamic does have a lot of its own natural sugar, so that's going to break things down. So, but we're going to add a little honey just to take away that sting of straight soy. So there we go. And that's about 2 tablespoons worth. Then I'm going to move this over so you can actually watch my knife as I'm doing this. Let's give you some room so you can get a camera shot. We're going to take the garlic. And the easiest way to peel garlic is just give it a really hard push with the back of your knife, and that's going to smash it, and it's going to peel it really well. Please don't buy jarred garlic. Promise me you won't. The flavor is just bitter, and there's nothing like fresh garlic to me. So we're going to add 2 to 3 cloves of the garlic. Now, pending, if you don't have honey in the house, I'm sure you do, but you can always use agave, or you can even use a little brown sugar. So what I'm going to do is just massage the bag a little bit, because that's going to mix the actual honey in with the steak. Okay, here it goes. It's going to go right in. Little salt and pepper later on, because we don't need much salt since we have soy sauce. So that's going to be a flavoring right there. If you want to add just a teeny bit, a couple flakes of crushed pepper, you can, but I'm going to use the jalapeno, a half a jalapeno, to give it more flavor later. So throw that little piece of garlic in the potatoes. We're going to basically marinate it overnight. I put a plate underneath. Before you go to bed tonight, turn it over. That's the big key, okay? When we come back, let's start on the beautiful fresh vegetables, bring it into a topping that I think you're gonna really like, and I'll show you how to slice the London broil. We'll be right back. Okay, so we marinated the London broil, then I took it out of the bag, patted it with paper towels, just so it doesn't sit with too much moisture. In it goes, right in the broiler, just as it said, right? So I take the baby peppers. These are just so good to munch out in the summer, just as they are, and I just cut them into rings because it's going to look prettier in a display. 3/4 of all your cooking that you need to know are very fresh ingredients, cooking it to the right temperature, not overcooking it, and know when to step back and just let the ingredients talk for themselves. So we don't want to overdo it. So what I find is just incorporating simple vegetables like this with some cilantro and then some organic grape tomatoes, there we go, and some sliced scallions. This is just going to make a bright presentation and also just kind of perfect all the way around. All you need is a little bit of maybe a crusty bread or something like that, and you really have a nice meal made. So we have the cilantro, the peppers, the corn. Let's do a little salt and pepper and marry that. Now, just because we used the balsamic in with the marinade, I like to match up the flavors. So I'm going to add a little balsamic vinegar. There's a great thing I love, and they usually sell out though at the fresh market. They have something called Balsoy, B-A-L-S-O-Y, and you can probably look online and find it online to use as well. And it's a combination of soy sauce and balsamic glaze, and I think it just really perks it up at the end. So I'm going to put the baby potatoes that have butter, salt and pepper, and parsley, and that was my mom, Reva Cooper, that was her favorite. If you don't want to make the marinade that I made, you can easily buy something like a garlic and herb marinade at your local market. I really like making my own because it's so simple and it's inexpensive, and it's ingredients that I have in my pantry. So look at this. We have the bright tomatoes, we have the cilantro, that pinch of garlic that I popped in there. Let's slide this over and let's show you how to cut a London broil. You're going to see the grains. It's similar to brisket, so you're going to see it very clearly. You're going to slice against the grain. Against the grain is what makes it so tender. And slicing London broil thin, so you want to have a good knife. I use the Shun knives. If you ever need to know what you should be buying, you can always email me and I'll let you know, but I love using the Shun. Now, I serve my steaks rare to medium rare. If you're a well-done person, you're not coming to my house. But I'm going to show you when we're done how delicious a presentation this can be, and I think you'll make it tonight for dinner. I'll be back in a few minutes. And there we have it, sliced marinated London broil. Simple, inexpensive, fresh summer dish with our delicious organic baby potatoes with parsley butter. And on top of the London broil that's cooked a perfect medium rare, we have that combination of organic grape tomatoes and baby peppers and corn and cilantro brought together just with simplicity, salt, pepper, and a splash of balsamic vinegar to marry on top. Now, if you want this recipe, just log on to mysuncoast.com and click on the recipe section. You'll see the video, the recipes, and so much more, including a contest. Every Wednesday, we'll pick a winner for a $50 gift card to one of our local restaurants. So make sure you explore all that. And while I tuck into my steak, I'm going to send it back to you guys and save you some.